Welcome to Salty Nation. This is Vinnie P. And today we are going to talk about H.R. 382 of the 115th Congress, 2017-2018. And this bill was proposed to Congress by Ms. Mang and Mr. Zink January 9th of 2017, and it's been referred to the Committee on Agriculture. This bill is to amend the Department of Agricultural program for research and extension grants to increase the participation by women and underrepresented minorities in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, to redesignate the program as the Jeanette Rankin Women and Minorities in STEM Field Program. Alright, so Section 1, short title. This act may be cited as the 100 Years of Women in Congress Act. Bullshit. Now that is a complete... This has nothing to do with 100 Years of Women in Congress. This has to do with the whole STEM fucking program. Alright, let me continue. Alright, so Section 2, findings. Congress finds the following. 1. The first women elected in Congress, Representative Jeanette Rankin from Montana, was elected on November 7, 1960, almost 4 years prior to ratification of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution giving women the right to vote. 2. Jeanette Rankin was not only a pioneer in national electoral politics, she was also a pioneer as a woman in science, graduating from the University of Montana in 1902 with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. 100 years after the swearing in of Jeanette Rankin, 109 women served in the 115th Congress, more than any other time in our nation's history. While this improvement is commendable, women only hold 20% of the seats in Congress, far below their relative share of American electorate. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, women make up 47% of the total U.S. workforce. Gains have been made in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is called STEM, fields over time. But women still comprise of only 39% of chemists and material science, 28% of environmental scientists and geoscientists, 16% of chemical engineers, and 12% of civil engineers. 5. More must be done to encourage women to run for elected office and enter STEM fields. Section 3. Jeanette Rankin Women and Minorities in STEM Field Program. Paragraph 7 of Section 1672D of the Food, Agricultural, Conservation, and Trade Act of 1990, 7 U.S.C. 5925D and 7, is amended to read as follows. 7. Jeanette Rankin Women and Minorities in STEM Field Program. Research and extension grants may be made under this section and to increase participation by women and underrepresented minorities from rural areas in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, with priority given to eligible institutions that carry out continuing programs funded by the Secretary. Any grant may be made under this paragraph shall be known and designated as the Jeanette Rankin Women and Minorities in STEM Fields Program Grant. Alright, there's many things wrong with this bill. 1, this has nothing to do with 100 Years of Women in Congress, except for the first part, acknowledging the First Lady that was elected into Congress. This is just a cover-up to push the whole STEM program, and that's fine. But instead of making bills, because there's already bills and bills and bills and bills on this shit, show them where they can find scholarships for this stuff. There's a shit ton of scholarships. And I got there's a list it's on the screen right now. ACS scholarship, American Association of Blacks in Energy, women's gamer scholarship. I mean, there's just a shit ton of scholarships for minorities and women. Instead of creating these bills that they don't even fucking know about, why don't we show them where to find these scholarships to help them out? Instead of wasting taxpayer dollars. It's like an SJW bill. I don't get it. If somebody doesn't want to work in science, why say, oh, we need to give them more opportunities if they don't want the opportunity? Maybe they're happy with doing whatever they do. I know women who work on ships. They're merchant mariners. They don't want to be in the STEM program. They are happy. They work side by side by guys, and some of them, not all, actually work harder than the men. But we're not going to get into that. That's professional opinions there. But anyways, I think this bill is bullshit. I think that minorities and women have more of an advantage than your average white person. And once again, I just think this is a bullshit bill that somebody's just trying to get votes and make look good for. Anybody can be anybody these days. We don't need to adjust anything. I mean, like I said, women and minorities have plenty of opportunities, plenty of options, plenty of handouts. Not handouts, but, scholarships, whatnot, to get through. So, what this bill is about, I don't know, but hey, voice your opinion down below. And leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to continue. Check out my YouTube and not my YouTube, you're on my YouTube. Check out my Facebook page and my Twitter, and let me know what you think about this. Let me know if I'm a rambling idiot or you also think this bill is bullshit. Anyways, this is Vinnie P. Peace.